And well, new data shows the U.S. electricity prices at a record high as the administration plans an even more aggressive environmental agenda next year. But will the White House's green push end up costing you? Let's ask Charles Payne from the Fox Business Network. He's been looking at this data. Charles, nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, what's going on here? Why are electricity prices going up as a result of green energy pushes? Explain that.
Well, we've had a serious war on the coal industry. I mean, just massive war on the coal industry. It's heartbreaking across the country. You'll see all these amazing jobs that have been wiped out because of new regulations, really draconian regulations that are saying we want you to be able to have clean coal, which is not necessarily oxymoronic, but extraordinarily expensive, particularly in the time frame that the administration is giving the coal industry. And here's the thing, more steps are going to be taken by the EPA that could even probably take as much as 10% more of the coal power off the grid. Well, it's a supply and demand kind of thing. And by the way, our prices are up about 20% in the last 6 years. In Germany, they're up over 100% in the last decade because of the same sort of ideology that's gone after solar and renewable energy, to the point where the Germans have said, we have a great economy, but the average household is broke. So they're actually going to wean off those subsidies. They had an emergency meeting just a couple of weeks ago.
So is there any sight of turning this around?
I don't think so. I mean, let's face it. When it comes to pecking order with respect to influence at the White House, very few organizations or entities have a higher priority than the environmentalists. In fact, I think we have a thing of the environmentalist agenda, and if we could put that up. They look, new emissions. These are things that are going to kick in. And these scrubbers for these coal plants are so expensive, guys, that and then, of course, regulations to build new coal power plants, it's almost a farce. You just cannot get that done.
And we should be clear, right? A lot of these coal power plants are leading to electricity. I mean, that's where you get electricity from.
Well, 60% of our electricity was generated by the coal industry just about 4 or 5 years ago. That's less than 50% now and going lower. But you would say, well, what about natural gas? We have a lot of natural gas. In fact, we have a miracle of natural gas in this country. Even natural gas, they're putting extraordinary measures on the natural gas that we use. So I don't know if you guys remember, but when President Obama was candidate Obama, he had a very infamous statement, and we have it right up here. Under my cap and trade plan, electricity rates will necessarily skyrocket. Now, they didn't put through that particular cap and trade plan, but this is something very similar. The president warned us as a candidate. Well, it was a promise to some and a warning to others.
Everybody wants a cleaner Mother Earth. You know, we all want that. But is this just putting the cart before the horse? I mean, is just the timeline off on all this?
The timeline is so off. That's the one thing. I think we would evolve ultimately into a renewable country. But realistically, it would be a 20 to 30 year evolution. What we're doing now is hurting business. Because if we're going to have an export-driven economy, we're going to have a manufacturing renaissance, the key component to that is cheap energy. That's the best component we have, and that may be in a cheap dollar. But in the households, average households down there, guys, we're talking about real incomes in this country have gone down, not adjusted for inflation, have gone down year after year after year, and your electricity prices are going up, going up, going up. Add in milk, add in a few other things, and it's a pretty tough squeeze.
We got a problem. And Charles Payne, you're going to be addressing that more today on your show.
On Varney and Company on Fox Business Channel.
And I'll see you on the show.
I know. You got some kind of whiz kid.
Kid.
Yeah.
All right, Charles.
Maybe you can solve the electricity problem for us.
I think he's working on it.